Iggy Pop, The Passenger. Welcome to Brant B Guitar. Please remember to subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, just go below. All right, so let's go over the songs to The Passenger. It's a nice song in that there's really only 5 chords used. First chord is A minor. Next chord is F, C major, G major, and E major. Okay, so let's go into strumming and muting. Now this song is nice in that every chord you do the same strumming pattern. What you're going to do with the right hand, we'll start on the A minor, up, down, up, and the down is then muted. So there's 4 strums, up, down, up, and then you're going to mute. Let's talk about what the mute is. So the mute is almost like, you can even just practice by putting your hand down and putting all the fingers on the 6 strings. But you put no tension, it's just loosely sitting on the string. The hand, the fingers are sitting on the 6 strings, and up, down, up. I'd keep the index finger where it is so it's situated there to get back into the A minor shape. Up, down, up. What I do is the middle finger and the ring finger kind of collapse, and they're resting on the A, D, G, B, and even on the high E string, and then it's a mute. Now this song is kind of like a real chunking, clicking away, almost like you're the passenger, you're moving, clunking around. Dick-gick-gick, dick-gick-gick, gick-gick-gick. Up, down, up. That's the exact rhythm. Up, down, up, mute. Up, down, up, mute. Up, down, up, mute. When you do the ups, you really only need to hit 3 strings, 3 or 4 strings. It doesn't have to be all 5 for the A minor. This applies for the rest of the song. Up, down, up, mute. And what I do is go through the chords one at a time and try this. So up, down, up, mute. Up, down, up, mute. Let's try it on the F chord. Up, down, up, mute. Now the F is nice where all the fingers are there and you can just release the tension or the pressure, and then you're going to get your mute. Up, down, up, mute. Let's try going from A minor to F, but with the chords, the rhythm, and the mute. Up, down, up, mute. Up, down, up, mute. Up, down, up, mute. Up, down, up, mute. Now you'll see me, even on the F chord, I will naturally kind of just rest the ring finger and the middle finger down. You can do that, you don't have to. It's just something that I do. It gets me kind of feel the rhythm a little bit better. So that's a C chord on the C. Up, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down. And then to G. Let's try all of those 4 chords together. A minor, F, C, G. Here we go. I actually prefer to play my G major like this over this, because if you think about it, it's called the economy of motion. Think about where you're going after the G. It's going back to that A minor. If you're here, you have to do a lot more finger movement than if you're, see that index finger? It's free. It's going to give you more time. This song's all about time and creating time. Here we go. Just A minor, F, C, G. See that, especially there, the G, and then you can get right back into your A minor. So now let's try adding the E major at the end of the full progression. So again, we have A minor, F, C, G. The first 3 chords repeat. A minor, F, C, but now it goes to E major. Let's try putting that all together very slowly. Really what you're trying to get is that mute, it's almost like a drum. It's so consistent that it keeps the beat of the song going. I even practice something like this. So that's a way just to really feel the rhythm before you start really bringing it up tempo. Let's try doing that. So open strings, up, down is muted. Here's the style again, up, down, mute. Now you should do that, and you can loop it, and you'll start to get in your own groove. And I recommend really practicing that and transferring it to the chords. And before you know it, you'll be the passenger with Iggy Pop. Let's go on to the lead guitar part that's going on. So this is straight up from kind of your A minor pentatonic. So let's just go over the notes. Ring finger is going to be on the 5th of the low E. Index finger on the 3rd of the A. Ring finger back to the 5th of the low E. Index on the 3rd of the low E. Let's say that again. Index on the 3rd of the low E. That's your first phrase. When doing this, you want to break things down into phrases. And there's a slight little pause there. Ba da 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 da. That's another phrase. Music's all about phrasing. Index finger goes back to the 1st fret of the low E, and then the ring finger on the 3rd of the A. Then I'd put those two together just like that. Da, 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 da. Index on the 3rd of the A. Ring finger goes to the 5th of the D. Now you'll hear that's called staccato, where you cut the note off. Do 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 do. Right there, that's just staccato. I did a stuttering S there, so I must have really been thinking staccato. You hit the note, release the pressure, boom, and then release instead of hanging on to it. That's staccato as well. It creates an effect. So all three of those phrases together so far. Da 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 da. Now this is a quick movement here. Ring finger on the 7th of the low E. Index on the 5th of the low E. Index then glides back to the 3rd of the low E, and then ring finger is going to go to the octave, 5th of the D. I'd practice that part and isolate it and go very slow. 7, 5, 3, 5 on the D. Then the last phrase, 5 on the A, ring finger on the 5th of the A, index on the 3rd of the low E. So if we put all of those phrases together going very slow, I'd take that part slow. The biggest thing in this riff here, this A minor pentatonic riff, is to really kind of, when you get quicker, you'll jerk the hand back to go from 7, 5, 3. So really, It's really going to happen from the 5th to the 3rd. You'll get quicker and you'll... That's just, we can isolate that. That's actually a great exercise that I came up with right now, thanks to The Passenger and Iggy Pop. And we're all along for the ride here. We're all learning. You never stop learning. So 7, 5, 3. Let's take that phrase and just move it on the different strings. You can do it wherever, as long as you keep the, the form the same. Just an exercise. Okay, so that is pretty much the whole song. You have the chords: A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, C, E major. You have the mute. Don't forget the mute. Isolating just the open strings with the mute. The A minor pentatonic riff. Now, another way you can practice this is, well, you could even do this with just bar chords, a whole completely different way. This isn't how the song is played, but you may as well get more practice out of it. A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, C, E. Now, if you do it this way, muting is going to be a heck of a lot easier because you don't have to take the fingers off. So let's go over those chords real quick, and then we'll call it a lesson. Index is going to bar the 5th fret all the way across, all 6 strings. Ring finger's on the 7th of the A, pinky is on the 7th of the D. That's A minor. Up, down, mute. Release the tension. This way is so much easier, but if bar chords are challenging, you can go back to the other way. F major is index finger bars all 6, ring is on the A on the 3rd, pinky on the 3rd of the D, middle finger on the 2nd of the G. Okay, so those 2 chords together, up, down, releasing the tension. C major is a little bit tricky. Index finger, it looks like I'm barring that, but I'm really not. I'm just kind of like, it's just resting there, but I'm putting the tension on the 3rd fret of the A string. Ring finger's barring the D, the G, the B on the 5th fret. I'm still hitting the high E with the ring finger, but it's not pushing down. You'll notice a big, strange valley and gap in the finger. It's not straight like this. It has to be pushed inwards to get this chord. Okay, and then to G, just like the F chord, but it's moved up 2 spots to the right. Index bars the 3rd fret all across, ring fingers on the 5th of the A, pinky's on the 5th of the D, middle finger is on the 4th of the G. Let's try those 4 in succession: A minor, F, C, G. Okay, so now we have A minor again, F, C, now we're adding E minor, I'm sorry, let's do that again. A minor, F, C, but now E major. So just like your C major chord, take that shape up so your index is on the 7th fret of the A. You can hit the open E string too, gets a cool sound. So that's going to be low E, index on the 7th of the A, ring on the 9th of the D, rings also on the 9th of the G, and the 9th of the B. And you have that valley going on with your ring finger. And you don't hit the high E with the right hand pick, and it's almost being muted by the ring finger. Let's put it all together. Here we go. get the idea. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. This is Brant B. Guitar signing off. And remember to subscribe. Also, if you have questions or comments or you want to learn a song, post below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. All right? The Passenger.